Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another high altitude investing live stream. Today is the 13th of April. And yeah, we're going to be live streaming crypto today. So let me know, you guys, if you can see the screen, if you can see my face and everything, and we'll get started today. So yeah, should be fun. Let's see here. Yep, it looks like we can see my screen and everything is good to go. So yeah, happy weekend, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope you had a good week. Hope you had a good past, just week since the last live stream. I've posted a couple videos since the last live stream, but yeah, it's good to see you guys tuning in today. And yeah, let's get started. So welcome everybody. And we're going to start off with Bitcoin here today. So Bitcoin is still inside of a triangle pattern. Last week we were looking at a triangle pattern on Bitcoin, and we had basically a couple alternatives drawn here with Bitcoin. And so let's talk about what those are. So we have an ABC triangle up here, A, B, C, and D, and E wave. So that final wave E is occurring right now. Now, after wave E completes, which it could be done right now, if this triangle pattern plays out, we're going to see Bitcoin go up to 80,000 roughly per coin, right? So a lot of people are getting skeptical, right? They're getting in that place up here where they're wondering, oh, maybe I should take profits up here, because they're kind of scared of a correction. But I'm here to tell you that I think the biggest corrections that we're going to see, at least for the next month or two, occurred inside of this triangle. So if your portfolio is down like 30% or 40% right now because of this consolidation pattern, because altcoins are really volatile, then I would tell you not to be afraid, because I think that the dropping is over. I think we're ready to go up to 80K per Bitcoin. So, yeah. Now, with that being said, it is a triangle pattern. It doesn't have to break bullish. But most of the time it breaks out in the direction of the trend, and the trend is up. So there's a much higher probability that this thing does continue up. The higher probability is to see more upside with Bitcoin. So that's my view on Bitcoin in the daily. I see a triangle. We're in wave E, and I think we're going to push higher. I think we'll go up to around 80,000, especially if we break bullish out of this triangle. If we don't, then yeah, the short term could pull back a little bit, but I don't care, because I suspect more upside. It would be so short-lived that I still wouldn't really be concerned with it. As you guys know, on this channel, our focus is big picture technical analysis. So these little swings like this, even if it was to go down, isn't something that we would all of a sudden change our trading plan and start panic selling, because we've got our eyes on the big picture prize. Pac-Man, what's up, my brother? Tech Dude, good to see you tuning in, my friend. What are your thoughts on PDI, Teddy Bear, and the Atropa ecosystem on PulseChain? Okay, yeah. So let's talk about that. I stopped making PulseChain videos, and I actually unlisted all of my PulseChain videos. And I'm still bullish on PulseChain, but I just got this feeling that it felt strange how much support I would get for it. Like I'd make a PulseChain video and I'd get so many views on that video and it just didn't feel right. Like it just felt like the community is kind of rigged. Like there's a lot of people in there that are kind of convinced that these coins are going to save their lives. And yeah, it was a red flag for me. So even though I told everybody on my Twitter I was never going to leave the PulseChain community again, I did leave, and I'm not going to make videos about it ever again. But I will do analysis for you guys on live streams every once in a while. I am still bullish, but I can't confidently be part of the community because there's just too many red flags. The community it's big, but the whole thing is there's just too many red flags. Whenever you get if you get way too popular for something that you shouldn't be getting popular for, right? That should be a huge red flag. This happened with BitConnect. Okay? In the 2017 bull market cycle, a whole bunch of people got in on BitConnect. And I'm telling you, I had so many opportunities to start promoting BitConnect in 2017, but I didn't because I felt like there's red flags in the community. It was too easy to grow your channel posting BitConnect content. So yeah. But yeah, I'll talk about Teddy Bear here real quick for you. But yeah, I see a huge red flag in the same way I saw red flags with BitConnect in 2017. And I'm glad that I didn't associate with BitConnect because all those big YouTubers, they all saw massive legal implications from the government because they were promoting BitConnect, which was just a total scam. And if you looked into it very much, you find out pretty quickly that BitConnect was a total scam. Now, it's a little bit harder for me to instantly determine that with like Hex and PulseChain, but the same red flags in the community are popping up where it's too easy to grow. People are too into it and not in a sort of I support the technology sort of way. They'll say that, but really they're into it because it's got cult vibes. And I'm just going to be honest and straight blunt with you, even though I might lose subscribers today. That's why I left the PulseChain community, because I saw red flags and I saw cult vibes. And it reminds me of BitConnect, which pretty much everybody that was associated with BitConnect saw massive legal implications, and all the influencers ended up they ended up getting legal charges, right, for promoting BitConnect. And so I don't want to be associated with PulseChain because I see the same red flags. Even though it's a blockchain instead of, right, BitConnect did it with basically an open chain. Super sketchy, you guys. So yeah, I hope it's not offensive. With that being said, I'm still bullish, right? I'm still bullish on Teddy Bear. This chart looks insanely bullish. I'm a technical analyst, and I'd be lying if I told you that this wasn't going to go really high. Okay? That's just the honest truth, right? We broke out into price discovery. This thing is starting a new cycle. It's just getting started. This coin is going to go crazy. Teddy Bear will. So if you're buying these coins and you're not an influencer, your risk is pretty low as far as that stuff goes. But yeah, it will moon. It's going to moon really hard. I mean, BitConnect in 2017 was one of the hardest mooning coins in the whole community. Like the whole crypto world. BitConnect mooned so hard. So yeah. But it wasn't honest. You know, it wasn't like a real honest way of making money. It was a total scam, total pyramid scheme, cult. That's what BitConnect was. you know? And so I just don't want people to run into those problems. Especially a lot of people lost money on BitConnect. They made millions while it was going up, but once it turned around, they lost everything. Right? So just don't freaking screw up, you guys. If you're going to invest in coins like this, don't put your whole portfolio in them. They're going to moon because the way they're designed, the way they're set up. But yeah, I just have to speak out a little bit here for you guys today. As far as PulseChain goes, PulseX goes, this isn't PulseChain. PulseX is doing the same thing, right? Did a rounded bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC correction down, ascending triangle breakout on wave 5. This is a full cycle with PulseX, and it's likely going to turn around here for wave 3 and keep going up, right? It's going to moon. But do I want to keep making videos about it? I would, if my only concern was how many subscribers, because I gained like 100 subscribers making PulseChain videos in like 2 weeks. But then I stopped and I unlisted all of them because I saw the same red flags as the BitConnect community. Sold my doubles on Teddy, P-Dye, just riding free moon bags now. Oh yeah, like I said, you guys are going to earn a lot of money holding these coins. I don't want to make it sound like I'm bearish. I'm not. Just because something's a scam doesn't mean it's going to go down. A lot of times things that are scams go crazy high because there's crazy communities, because it's a giant community designed to get people to be part of it. And depending on the way the community is designed will kind of depend on how into it they are, you know? So a big community doesn't always equal a good community. And they could be good people too, but they could be highly deceived. And I've seen this before a lot. And it's actually kind of sad because a lot of really, really good people get caught up inside of these scams. They bring all their friends into them. Then they all start to make a bunch of money. Then everything hits the fan. And then everybody gets screwed. Their friends, everybody. And so you just have to be careful, right? That's not saying you can't get rich on it, but you better be willing to sell. And also you have to understand, you guys, that what goes up must come down. And especially with these coins that pump super hard like this, where they just go straight vertical, they're going to get sold just as fast. You know, Hex, everybody liked Hex. I was bullish on Hex, right? I told people Hex was bullish right here before the last pump because the same reasons. Even though I didn't really know quite how I felt about Richard Hart at the time, I was bullish on Hex because the chart was bullish, right? And so I posted bullish charts on Hex here, and then Hex mooned like crazy. Went so high. But then once it sold out, right, because the nature of this coin was really just a big pump and dump scam, a total freaking scam, pump and dump, right? Because that's what this is. That's what Hex is. It dropped 99.7.2% or 0.72%. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to warn you guys about. Yeah, these coins are going to go really high, like PDI, PulseChain, PulseX. They're all going to go high. But the reason I left the community is because I started to get this feeling like it's a BitConnect. And this is what BitConnect did. BitConnect went to like 0 and screwed everybody that was in it. And everybody had long contracts. Again, this is why I've been warning people about Hex contracts. Because people are going to put like $10 million into these contracts because they made like $5 million off of like $1,000 investment. And then they're going to lock their contract away for 15 years. And then a bear market's going to come. And out of that $10 million that they made off of that tiny investment, they're going to have less than they started with. They'll have like $500 left. after a 99.72 drop when everybody gets dumped on, right? The contracts are designed to screw people. It's designed to get people in for the long term because they know a bear market's coming in the short term. And that's literally the way that Hex is designed. So I gotta speak out, you know? I'm not gonna make videos about it anymore. Hex, PulseChain, I gotta speak out. I'm not gonna be quiet. I think they're scams. They're gonna pump, but look what happened to Hex. It's exactly what happened to BitConnect. Yeah, I don't think these coins really have long-term value like Hex and PDI and PulseChain. They're just pump and dumps. But yeah, that doesn't mean they won't pump, and it doesn't mean they won't dump, but it does mean you got to be really careful and know what you're dealing with. Okay, more positive subjects. Sorry, you guys, for the doom and gloom here on... Well, actually, I'm not sorry because I don't want you guys to get screwed, all right? And I know a bunch of people are going to get screwed in contracts on Hex, and I don't want to see it. So, yeah. So, positive subject. Solana. Solana, you guys, is one that I definitely think is going to do insanely good this cycle. Right? Look at this. Look at that perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, ABC correction down, and the beginning of a new cycle. And let me tell you that Solana is just getting started. You see this increasing volume and increasing price in the beginning of a new cycle here, a new Elliott wave cycle. That is like the best looking thing ever, right? That would put a big smile on your face because this thing is going to take off so crazy, right? This thing is going to moon so hard this cycle. See how much strength there's coming into the new cycle? All that volume. So, if you guys don't believe me, then I highly recommend checking out this Solana post that I made back here. And by the way, in my Discord, even I was posting Solana at the absolute bottom as a buy signal. But just as an example, to maybe help build a little bit of trust on some of my analysis, you guys can see here that I was telling you that Solana was going to break out because it's following the Costco fractal. So Costco Wholesale Corporation, that place where everybody goes to get massive, giant boxes of cereal for their family and stuff for really cheap and really awesome pizza. I don't know if you've ever been to Costco before. Shout out if you have. But Costco did a human emotional market cycle back in 1989 to 1997 and did a full complete market cycle. Now, if we come up here and we look at Solana, the same human psychology was playing out on Solana. So I was super bullish on Solana even during the whole correction because I saw this fractal pretty close to the top. So I've been watching this for a while, this comparison of human emotion. So back when Solana was worth $67, I said, hey, you guys, bull market breakout is happening here on Solana. Then it went up to $150. Actually, it went up to $206. So even higher than that because of the same human emotional psychology. Now, if you look at Costco had pullbacks along the way up, especially as it got closer to resistance. There's a pretty big pullback here on this candle. If you zoom in, it would look a lot like what's going on right now, right here. So I don't think Solana is going to drop very low here. It could go a little lower here, but I'm bullish on Bitcoin in the short term. It's in a bullish triangle. I don't think Solana is going to go any lower up here. I bet it catches support up here and pushes higher, just like Costco did back here. As it went up closer to its all-time high, it had nice pullbacks, but they were single candle pullbacks. And if we were to zoom in here, they'd be red candles. We're zoomed out, so they're green. right? So if you got a little more resolution, you'd see that that was a bearish candle. And yeah, that's the same thing happening here with Solana. Now, fractals don't have to follow perfectly, okay? If Bitcoin pulls back, Solana could pull back a little bit lower here before it pushes higher. But I don't expect Solana to come back down like this, or Solana to come back down like this. That would not be within the nature of its cycle, okay? The nature of this human emotion is continuation. It's going to find support sooner rather than later and see continuation. Okay, this fractal looks a lot more like the psychology on Costco versus the psychology on Bitcoin back in 2019. I'm just going to show you the chart because you guys don't see in my mind's eye, and when I close my eyes or just even just throughout my day as trading and investing, I'll see pictures in my mind, right? And I don't think I have a photographic memory or anything. In fact, I know I don't. But I do see pictures of cycles in my mind, okay? And some people are comparing Solana to this, right? So if you look at this cycle, then a lot of people are saying, oh, okay, well, Solana's right here, so it's got to come back down to major all-time support before it pushes higher. Okay, so this is one thing that happens when a new market cycle starts. You get a breakout, or you get your market cycle, you finish your market cycle, my bad, and then you get your breakout right here, and you pull back, right? So this is called disbelief phase. This is what XRP is doing right now, okay? But the price has to be held down for that to happen. What held Bitcoin down was COVID, right? COVID held Bitcoin down right here. Even though it still played out because of human emotional psychology, this still was the catalyst that held Bitcoin down during that period right here. Okay? That's why we got such a strong pullback down to major support. So people are wondering, well, what is Solana going to do? Well, it actually looks a lot more like Costco than Bitcoin did. It looks way, way more like the human psychology of it pushing higher than the human psychology of it coming back down to support before it pushes higher. Obviously, anything can happen inside of markets, but the psychology looks bullish. It looks like Costco back in 1999 as it was breaking its all-time high, a couple of years after 1997. And yeah, so I think Solana is going to go higher here. But either way, it's bullish. This is why I do big picture analysis. If you go click on the YouTube channel, it says dedicated to big picture TA, right? Why do I do that? Because the prize is a new all-time high no matter what it does, right? ATH, all-time high. If no matter what Solana does here in the short term, if you have the guts and the foresight and the vision to see the prize before it happens, right? To keep your eyes on the prize, who cares what it does? If it pulls back, if it goes higher, who cares? Our new all-time high is our target. It's our prize. We're going to wait for that before we sell, no matter what. And if it pulls back and you have more money, you can always buy, you know? So yeah, that's my views on Solana. Hot dogs. Theta/BTC. You know, we're going to do XRP next because I was just explaining something with human psychology that I want to finish explaining. So XRP did its market cycle and pull back, and then look. Then it did a breakout into a new cycle, right? But it came back down. So what's happening here? Well, this means that XRP was held down, right? It's being heavily accumulated. Do you remember Bitcoin? Back in 2018 and 2020? Bitcoin in 2018 bottomed out at 3,000. Then it went up to 14,000. Then it came back down to just around 3,000. Then it went up to 70,000. Okay? Well, XRP right now, okay, if you missed Solana, which you didn't because Solana's just getting started, if you look at the Costco fractal, that thing broke all-time highs and kept going into price discovery for a long time. Okay, so you didn't miss Solana. But if you feel like you did and you want to get on another coin, check out XRP. Look at XRP versus Bitcoin. Or not versus Bitcoin, XRP compared to Bitcoin. And just like how Bitcoin was held down in 2020, COVID being the catalyst to hold it down, XRP was held down because of court cases being the catalyst to hold it down. But both of them are were being heavily accumulated during this phase of their cycle. XRP is being heavily accumulated. I don't know why I'm saying communicated. It's being heavily accumulated right now as we speak, right? The same psychology as Bitcoin back here in 2020, COVID being the catalyst of holding it down, as opposed to like Solana that just breaks out into a new all-time high. Or if you look at Dogecoin in its last cycle, how it just vertically broke into an all-time high. The reason both Bitcoin and XRP had to have this bump right here, right, where it's held down instead of just going straight vertical, is because they both had a catalyst to hold them down. So they're both heavily accumulated at that point in their cycles because they had a catalyst to hold it down. But the whales didn't care, right? They're like me. They've got their eyes on the prize. And they know that a new all-time high is their target for XRP. They don't care about the short-term swings. They're watching this trend line and they're saying, ooh, look how juicy this trend line is. Look how few people are buying this trend line. Why? Because there's a catalyst to cause panic selling right at the point where people should be buying. Not saying that XRP's going to go lower. No, what I'm saying is people are making the wrong choice because this thing is about to go vertical. They're panic selling. Looks just like Bitcoin before it went to 70K. All right? And by the way, it didn't take very long for Bitcoin to get up there. So, okay, Theta. Let's check out Theta versus BTC. So this is a great example of a market cycle. It really doesn't look that different as Theta USD. You know, this is a complete market cycle. So, yeah. I mean, what else do you want to know? A market cycle completes, it's going to start a new one. You know, it's going to increase versus the Bitcoin pair. You've already started to see it, right? What happened during the last bull market? Well, altcoins did better than Bitcoin. Oops. I get excited and type too fast. Altcoins did better than Bitcoin last cycle, right? This is the last cycle. Now, this happens every single market cycle since the beginning of time, since the beginning of crypto time, at least, since crypto's ever existed. Altcoins do better than Bitcoin in the bull markets. And if you want to argue this point, go look at the charts, right? The charts speak for themselves. They do better percentage gain than Bitcoin does. That's why I'm always telling people, as the bull market gets in full force, you don't want to have a massive Bitcoin stack because Bitcoin underperforms altcoins. In the bull markets, you want to be heavier in alts because you're going to miss out on profit if you don't. So, but at the start of bull markets, Bitcoin always does better at the start, which is what we saw as Bitcoin broke its all-time high. But as we go into the bull market, you're going to see altcoins do the same thing they did last cycle, which is outperform Bitcoin. So yeah, I think Theta will outperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin versus Theta. Theta will increase versus Bitcoin, which will look something like this, right? As it starts to break out into its bull market. So I hope that's helpful. When is the bull market begin? Well, Nat, I'm happy to say that it already started. Okay, that's why Bitcoin is outperforming all the other coins. Because at the start of a bull market, at the beginning, Bitcoin does better. And it's a sure sign that the bull market is starting when Bitcoin does better, right? And now we're starting to see altcoins bottom out. We're starting to see the bottoming structure on altcoins versus the Bitcoin pairs. So that means the Bitcoin pairs are going to start rising, or altcoins versus Bitcoin are going to start rising. So the bull market's here. It's just whether or not you're ready. So that's the question you got to ask yourself, right? Do you know how to trade? Do you have money in the markets? Do you have good setups? Are you ready? Because the market's ready. It's going to go. So it's already started going. Okay, Bitcoin Pepe. BB Bitcoin Pepe coin. We're not going to run over that coin yet, maybe towards the end, but I want to talk about coins that more people are aware of right now. Okay. And one of the coins I want to talk about is Binance. Because we talked about Binance a couple weeks ago on this live stream, and I was talking about Binance being extremely bullish. And I got a lot of hate for it because everybody's like, do you know what happened to CZ? Do you know what happened to that? And they're like, Binance is a scam. Binance, that guy's a scammer. All right, you guys, please stop being lame. All right? There's real scams out there if you want to find them. Binance Exchange is not one of them. All right? So stop being a pleb. Please. Binance Exchange is breaking out of a massive triangle consolidation pattern, and this thing is going to freaking skyrocket throughout the bull market. Okay? As this breaks its all-time high, it goes into what's called price discovery. Price discovery means you're discovering new prices. It's going to keep going. You just don't know how high it will go. But you do expect it to go a lot higher than you expect. Right? That's price discovery. It's going to go higher and higher. It'll break out. It'll break its all-time high. It'll keep pushing through its all-time high. It'll have pullbacks along the way up. Absolutely. But price discovery means you're going to see vertical candles with a red candle every once in a while until it truly tops out. So, right, the name of the game right now in crypto is to be long, to be bullish, not to be fighting the trend. Right? That's the truth of the matter. Because Binance coin is going to go a lot higher here. And if you're bearish or you're not holding any, you're missing out. Not only are you missing out, but by the way, your dollar's constantly losing value. So if you don't invest, if you don't fight hyperinflation with investing, you're going to be screwed. Why? Because your dollar's going to be worthless and the price of everything's going to go up. right? Oil's already starting to increase in value. I've been telling people oil was bullish since the absolute bottom, when everybody was scared because oil went negative in value. And I was like, you guys, oil didn't go negative. It went negative on a futures market because of a flash crash. On all of the regular markets, it didn't even go negative, right? And so I knew oil was panic selling. It was bottoming out multiple years ago because of the structure, right? The value of oil is going to keep increasing, right? You think your gas is expensive now? I hate to be a killjoy, but it's going to 10 times in value, right? As the bull market continues, as we go into the roaring 20s, if you're not fighting hyperinflation, you won't be able to afford normal everyday things. So investing isn't something you do for fun. It's a requirement in today's world if you want to be financially stable. And that's just the freaking truth. Why do all the richest people invest? Because if they don't, their money becomes worthless, right? That's why everybody hedges their money in the stock market, because the stock market counters inflation. Not only does it counter inflation, not only does the stock market counter inflation, but you're also able to make a small profit, right? In some cases bigger than others. But yeah, investing isn't something you do for fun. It can start like that as a hobby, but to be realistic, if you want to survive in today's world with the reality of hyperinflation, you better be investing your money. Right? Because, well, Amazon is doing 55,000% gains since its bottom in the internet bubble. Well, Amazon is doing 55,000 plus % gains. Your dollar's going down and the cost of milk is going up. So this is just the cold, hard truth, right? The truth of the matter is that the whole system is set up to where if you're not investing, you can't afford normal things, right? So, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Pac-Man Dallin said he'll try to talk about BB at the end of the show. Yeah, Pac-Man, I will towards the end of the show. I just don't want to talk right now. We've got a lot of people viewing. It's not a popular coin. So, yeah. But yeah, Binance coin, I do suspect to push higher here, even in the short term. Bitcoin is bullish. Go watch the start of the stream later if you missed it. But Bitcoin is in a bullish triangle. I expect it to go to 80,000. And I expect a lot of these coins to make another leg up. Now, if Bitcoin for some reason does pull back 10 or 20% again, then these coins will too. But like I said, we're focused on the big picture. We're not going to sell. We're focused on the price discovery and new all-time highs way before we're going to sell. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that throughout the whole correction, I've been telling people, hey, you guys, this is a healthy correction. Even though it's massive, it's healthy because crypto has big corrections. It's going to recover, and the name of the game is new all-time highs. I've been saying this the entire time that this whole correction happened on crypto since 2021. I've been telling people, healthy correction, we're going to recover. Most altcoins are going to go to new all-time highs unless they're completely terrible. And yeah, it's starting to happen. I'm not about to change my position now and start selling early. Right? We've been watching this, expecting this for years, talking about this, live streaming, making videos, doing mastermind webinars. I'm not about to change my position when I know it's going to happen. Right? So, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Thoughts on base? Might check in just a second. So yeah, that's kind of my views. You guys, obviously coins are pulling back here in the short term, right? Even coins that were doing good are pulling back here in the short term. But don't lose faith. Keep your eyes on Bitcoin. Pullbacks are opportunity if you've got the eyes to see. If you don't have the eyes to see, train yourself. Learn to have the eyes to see. If you're not making money in these markets, you probably don't know how to play them. If you don't know how to play them, you can learn. How do you think the best traders and investors in the world got to where they can trade and invest good? It's because they learned how, right? They took the time to learn the tools that the professionals are using. Because professional trading desks are pulling out tons of money. Okay, Sui. Yeah, let's talk about Sui. I've actually been wanting to make a video about this coin, so I'm glad that you told me to check it out today. Pretty excited about this setup, not gonna lie. So, this is a new coin. It's never really had a first cycle, right? It's brand new. So, this is a coin that's new to this cycle. And the first thing I want to point out here is a broadening triangle pattern. The very first thing I see is a broadening triangle pattern. Now, this is actually contrary to popular belief. A broadening triangle, well, actually, most people just have no idea what a broadening triangle pattern is. So there's not really a whole contrary to popular belief with this one. But yeah, broadening triangle is a bullish pattern. So that's a bullish continuation pattern to have a broadening triangle here. And I expect sushi to keep going up. Just like I said, Bitcoin is in a bullish triangle. Bitcoin is going to keep going up. And sushi is going to do the same thing. Right? You guys can probably hear the dirt bike outside. So don't mind. I live in Utah. So dirt bikes and four-wheelers are just kind of everyday life around here. But yeah, so Sui here is never done a cycle before. It's going to have its first cycle. First cycle coins are usually insanely profitable. If it's its first cycle, those are the coins that are going to do really good. They've never pumped before. A lot of times, first cycle, new cycle coins do 50x, right? First cycle coins last cycle were Uniswap, right? Uniswap, Sushi. You saw how good those coins did? They had never had a cycle before. Brand new coin, brand new cycle, and they did really good. I see the same thing here with Sui. Brand new coin, brand new cycle, never seen a cycle before. When this thing goes up, I think it's going to be really profitable. It's in a broadening triangle pattern. Bitcoin's bullish. This thing is also painting bullish continuation patterns. Look up broadening triangle pattern. Go print it out. You guys, one of the best ways to get good at trading is Google images. Okay? For free, because we live in 2024, on the internet, you can literally type in on Google Images, triangle pattern. Okay? What's going to happen? You're going to get hundreds of examples of ascending triangles, descending triangles, symmetrical triangles, how they work, where to buy, where to sell on the pattern. And you can literally take these and print these out and put them in your room on your wall somewhere and get these imprinted in your mind. Or even in my videos, hit pause and take screenshot when I show you what a normal market cycle looks like. And take those patterns and these screenshots of market cycles and imprint them into your minds. Because pattern recognition is 99% of successful trading. All the best traders in the world are aware of what's going on in the market, right? And these guys are aware of what's going on in the market because they understand human psychology, they understand market cycles, and they understand patterns. Okay? So if you want to get good, you need to understand all of those things, and a market cycle is just a big giant pattern. So pattern recognition, it's not hard to learn how to trade. It's really not. Yeah, go to Google Images, print off a couple pictures. All you need is symmetrical triangle, ascending triangle, descending triangle, and maybe like head and shoulders pattern. One of the best ways to do this is type in trading patterns success rate list. Nobody else on the internet is telling you this, and I don't know why. It's probably because they want you to buy their VIP, and all they care about is making money instead of helping people make money. And so that's why they're not talking about this. But to be honest with you, if you want to be a good trader, you really need to learn just a couple things. Go to Google Images and type in Wall Street cheat sheet and print off an image of the Wall Street cheat sheet and put this in your room. Okay? Put this on your wall in your room. Where is it? If I can find it. Wall Street cheat sheet. High quality. I don't know why there's so many low quality pictures of this. Okay, it must be controlled or something. I don't know. Go to Google Images and type in Wall Street cheat sheet. Find an image that isn't blurry and print this sucker out. Okay? This is going to change your entire life. And when you see the market, focus on seeing the pattern, the human emotion that's taking place. Print this out and then print this one out too. Okay? Because this is a list of all of the top trading patterns and their success rate. So print the Wall Street cheat sheet out. Okay, it's on Google Images, completely free. I'll go post this all in my Discord. Join the Discord. I'll do this today. I'll post these in the Discord. All you got to do is be a free member of the Discord. Go in there. Go check the announcements. I'll post it after this stream. And you'll see an image of the Wall Street cheat sheet, an image of trading patterns and their success rate. You can print both of these off and then just go down the list of trading patterns and print off some examples of those trading patterns. And that's all you need to have on your wall to be a successful trader. The Wall Street cheat sheet and a list of trading patterns and their success rate. And then you can print the patterns off too so you know what they look like. Okay, that's going to make you so much better of a trader, I promise you. I try to use patterns, fibs, and volume. Doesn't need to be fancy. Exactly. Fibonacci, volume, trading patterns. You can be one of the best traders in the entire world using those things. So yeah. Fibonacci is one of the most useful things in the entire world. And I've taught this before, but I'm going to teach it again because I feel really inspired to today. So Fibonacci is a mathematical ratio, as you guys know. And basically, Fibonacci is just the previous number added to the next number. So you get 1 plus 1 equals 2, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 3 plus 2 equals 5, 5 plus 3 equals 8, 8 plus 5 equals 13, 13 plus 8 equals 21. So you add the previous number with the next one, and it creates a spiral. It's called the Fibonacci spiral. This math is constant throughout the entire universe. Okay? The microcosm and the macrocosm. It doesn't matter where you look, you're going to see Fibonacci. It's the way trees grow. Trees branch out in Fibonacci numbers, right? Galaxies spiral in Fibonacci patterns. Seashells grow in Fibonacci patterns. Weather patterns happen in Fibonacci patterns. Pine cones happen according to Fibonacci patterns. And Donald Trump's head. Donald Trump head, Fibonacci. Okay? And you'll see that even Donald Trump from the side of his head is a perfect Fibonacci spiral. Okay? I know it sounds silly, But this math is constant throughout the entire cosmos. The entire universe functions based on math. Galileo said that mathematics is the language in which God has written the universe. That's what Galileo said. And it's true. Mathematics, geometry, right? That's the language in which God has written the universe. And when it comes to SUI here, that 618 ratio is called the golden pocket. It's also called the Vegas wave. That 618 Fibonacci ratio, one of the best places to buy ever because of that Fibonacci relationship. So just how you see geometry occurring constant throughout the universe, all of the best artists, the best creators, most of the most intelligent people in the entire world all understand this. And yeah, if you understand this, then you're going to be a much, much better trader and investor. If you don't understand this, you're going to miss the ratio. And when you miss the ratio, you miss the opportunity. But if you understand that 618 ratio, you put yourself in a place where you're way, way, way bigger, not bigger, you're way better off than most traders are because they don't understand ratios. They don't understand geometry. They don't understand cycles. Most people buy something because their friend told them it's going to go up, right? That's why most people buy stuff. They don't understand why markets move and the underlying causes behind the effects that we see. So yeah. Trump has fib. Dang, I learned something new today. Yes, Trump's head is a Fibonacci spiral, okay? It's constant throughout nature. So, how deep this pullback expected, when to buy back in. All right, everybody wants to know that. I'm telling you guys, I can't tell you financial advice, but I think it's a wonderful time to buy right now. Right? My opinion is that the market is going to go crazy. Most coins are falling onto the 618. A lot of coins are falling onto the 382 and the 50%, which is wave 4. So continuation is the name of the game. A lot of these coins are going to turn around. Bitcoin is in a bullish triangle, and they're going to follow Bitcoin. If you missed my analysis on Bitcoin, come back later, and this stream will be on YouTube for free. And go watch the start of the stream, because I do a detailed, comprehensive analysis on the short term for Bitcoin. But I am bullish on Bitcoin, expecting 80,000 per coin. So a lot of these coins are going to recover right now. Like the opportunity for buying right now is insanely high, and the risk is pretty low. So try to use Fib for targets. Fib works great for targets. It really does. So yeah, let's talk about Ethereum a little bit. So Ethereum is also doing a continuation pattern. So pullbacks along the way up are not only healthy, but necessary. So we want to see it. So you see this right here? This is called consolidation. So the way markets move is they have leg up, consolidation, leg up, consolidation, right? That's the way markets move. Well, if you look here on Ethereum, what do we have? Leg up, consolidation, right? Leg up, consolidation. So it's really just doing bullish continuation, consolidation, completely normal, healthy movement, ready for more upside. But if you're new to trading, if you're new to investing, and you experience your portfolio swinging around, it can be hard to just keep that cool, calm, collected perspective, right? But I'm here to tell you that Ethereum's just ready to go up for another move. You just got to stay calm, clear, focused, collected, and don't let your emotions screw you, because emotional intelligence is going to make you a better trader. I'd say that once you understand trading patterns and the Wall Street cheat sheet, you're going to be a way better trader than 90% of the world. Why? Because you understand human emotion. So yeah, people get caught up. They experience little losses, their emotions get high and their intelligence gets low. They start making bad choices. They start selling in dips when they should be buying the dip, right? In a bull market, you know what you do? Buy the dip. That's what you do in bull markets. We're in a bull market. It just barely started, which is why so many people are still skeptical, right? A lot of these coins are in disbelief phase. So literally the market cycle is disbelief. People don't believe that it's going to go higher. But we started a bull market. It's like green go. It's like confirmed. So the name of the game right now is to buy the dip and to play the trend and to wait significantly before you take massive profits. You need to wait for new all-time highs because most people are going to take profits too early out of fear. Then they're going to justify themselves saying, well, I don't want to lose money again because I got burned last cycle. So they're going to be like, oh, I'm justified in taking profits early. Well, okay, that's cool. But if the market goes up 30x from where you're at, don't be mad at me, okay? Because the market's going to go way higher than you think it is. So don't make some dumb decision because you think you're smart, right? Play the market. Do what pros are doing. Pros are buying the dip. They're not going to sell till new all-time highs. And when I mean new all-time highs, I don't mean barely breaking above the all-time high. I mean price discovery. I mean these things going significantly above their all-time high before most pros are going to sell. Do you think the general stock market will head higher? So much bearishness in the news. I try to avoid the news, but it shows up on my feed. Fair enough. People do get exposed to the news. I don't watch it at all. I keep myself completely unspotted from that kind of stuff because it screws up your mind. But with that being said, if we turn the Dow Jones on the logarithmic chart, you're going to see that we're in a 100-year bull market. And the last time we've had a Great Depression was 1929, was the top of the last Great Depression. The Dow Jones is set up to go for another few years here. As it goes parabolic, it needs to get a little bit more vertical, right? It's vertical, but it's not even that steep. I mean, look how steep the Great Depression was. This thing was steep, right? That was a steep climb during the Great Depression. We're vertical up here, but we're not steep yet. So I suspect over the next few years here that we have a repeat of a 100-year cycle on the Dow Jones, in which case we'd have another Great Depression. But we're talking about having a full-blown roaring 20s before that happens. All the charts are set up for that: gold, silver, oil, Bitcoin, stocks, you name it, oil stocks, Bitcoin, tech stocks. Everything is set up for a crazy roaring 20s, contrary to the news, contrary to what everybody's saying. And yeah, that roaring 20s will lead to a Great Depression. That's what happened last time. But we've got like 5 years left. We've got like 6 years left before that's going to happen. In other words, you're going to see your altcoins go completely crazy. You're going to see Bitcoin go over 100,000 per coin. You're going to see things go nuts before. You can't get a Great Depression without a roaring 20s. We have not had our roaring 20s yet. I can promise you that. So yeah. Have you checked Osmo Great Price now? No, I haven't checked Osmo's, but we can check it out. Okay, Osmo's. 1 week here. And this coin is pretty volatile. Let's take it off the logarithmic. This must be a brand spanking new coin, isn't it? Yeah, this is a brand spanking new coin. So this one, I'm not going to lie, looks more bearish than a lot of other coins. At least in the short term. I'm not talking bearish big picture. But I bet in the short term it goes down to the 786 level here. Not that much lower, right? Just a little bit lower. Down to about 73 cents. It's worth 98 cents. But I suspect it goes to the 786 before it bottoms out. So yeah. Just on the short term, this one looks a little bit bearish. But don't lose your faith, right? Bitcoin can bottom out where it's at and start climbing up, all while this thing finishes bottoming out and then starts to follow it. But yeah, in the short term, Osmo does look like it's going to pull back to 70 something cents. How deep this pullback expected? Oh, I already answered your question. My bad. Okay, well, you know, you guys, it's almost over an hour of streaming here. I'll talk about a couple more coins. Then we're going to call it a day. Okay. So, yeah. There's a lot of coins that are doing cycles right now. A lot of coins that are doing accumulation patterns. So if you were around during the whole 2017 bull market, you guys know that coins had to accumulate before they broke out. Right? Coins have to build momentum. They have to accumulate. Right? Look how long Dogecoin accumulated before it had its cycle. This huge wide accumulation pattern here on Dogecoin. Then it broke bullish into its cycle, right? After that accumulation pattern. Poof, huge bullish breakout. Well, what's really cool to me, what I think is really neat, is if you go to wheat futures, for example, and you look at stocks, right? You look at wheat futures, not stocks, my bad. If you look at futures market here, well, remember how I told you a roaring 20s is set up? Look how long wheat has been accumulating, okay? Wheat has been accumulating for a long time. Look at this. It's been accumulating since 1970 and has not had a parabolic run. It has not had a market cycle since 1970. Okay? It's amazing they've been able to keep it down this long. Right? This thing is going to explode. Wheat is going to explode in value as it breaks out into its price discovery, as it starts doing a market cycle. Now, if wheat goes up in value, right, you're talking about the stock market as a whole increasing in value. Okay? You could look at oil stocks, for example. One of my favorite oil stocks is ExxonMobil, not because it's the best setup, but because it's one of the best ones to look at to be able to determine the oil market and determine what's going on in oil. So if you look at ExxonMobil here, and we take ExxonMobil and we compare it to Bitcoin back in the day, you'll start to see what I'm talking about here. Again, people don't believe me, and it's okay, right? I don't really care. But people don't believe that this market's going to go up in value, and it blows my mind, right? It blows my mind. Okay, look at this. So Bitcoin, in its last bull market, looks almost exactly like ExxonMobil, okay? So ExxonMobil is an oil stock, and if you look at ExxonMobil, this is called early accumulation. So early on in the trend, when there's not a big trend, when there really isn't a real big market cycle taking place, you get early accumulation, right? It's going up, but it's not really in the public awareness. That's exactly what Bitcoin was doing all through right here. Okay? That's the same psychology. I don't care who you are or what your beliefs are. Truth breaks all of that and just shows you what really is. And what really is that ExxonMobil is just one example of a stock that's going to absolutely freaking explode over the next 5 years. Just like how Bitcoin did when it went up to 20,000 per coin. So tell me that we're not headed into a roaring 20s. Right? It won't make the truth without effect. It's still going to happen no matter what your opinion of it is. Right? And so that's why I'm like, you guys, you got to be bullish. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. You got to know what's going on in the markets. You can't let your own opinions stop you from seeing truth. Right? If your own bias stops you from seeing truth, you're going to miss what's right in front of you, which is another roaring 20s is about to happen. I've been telling you guys this before the Bitcoin bull market. I literally have been saying this for multiple years on this channel that we're headed into a roaring 20s, and it's just getting started. So yeah, it doesn't make the truth without effect if you don't believe it's going to happen. It just means you won't make any money when it does. Right? So get ready for this, you guys. It's going to be one heck of a ride. And people are going to be millionaires by the end of it. And I know, you guys, some of the people watching this very stream right now, there's only 28 of you. But I'm going to go ahead and say right now, one of you guys is probably going to be a millionaire before the end of the roaring 20s. So you got to ask yourself, is that going to be you? You could do it with only 10K. You know, you've got $10,000 initial investment. You could be a millionaire if you play your cards right. But you got to play the roaring 20s. You got to ride the wave because you got to go against the crowd because 90% of the crowd are still bearish because they don't get bullish until the top, right? Most people weren't bullish on Bitcoin until 20,000. Most people weren't bullish on Bitcoin until 70,000. Most people won't be bullish on stocks or crypto or anything until it's too dang late. That's why I make these videos. So hopefully you guys don't do that. Because I don't want to see you guys do that. It's way funner for me when I get an email from somebody saying, hey, I just made $500,000 on this coin. Or, hey, Dallin, I made over $2 million on my Stellar Lumens investment that I bought because of your VIP call. Right? Those are emails that I like to receive. So, yeah. Beautiful setup here with ExxonMobil. And, you know, it's not going to just straight go like this, probably. It's going to be a little bit more like this. And this arrow is big. Okay. So I'm just trying to express to you guys how big the pump is going to be. Right? Look at Bitcoin when it went from 5,000 to 20,000. That's called a blow off top. Right? The stock market is set up for that. So yeah, roaring 20s is absolutely coming. It's already started. Bliss Crypto, I'm heavy on Theta. Well, Bliss Crypto, you're heavy on genius. You're smart. You're a freaking genius. Theta is going to go so high this cycle. So yeah. Nice, man. Velo. I always get asked to do analysis on Velo every single stream. I don't know why. Everybody's always like, Velo down. Will you check Velo? So yeah, I'll do Velo for you guys. I don't mind. So yeah, I do like the setup. I actually do like this setup on Velo. First of all, it's on KuCoin, which is a really, really good sign. A lot of KuCoin coins I think are going to pump pretty good this cycle. There's a lot of volume, a lot of traders, a lot of liquidity over there. And second of all, look how big and beautiful this giant double bottom is. Okay? Now, it's technically not confirmed until we break this resistance. It's normal for us to pull back a little bit at resistance. But so long as Velo keeps going up, which I really think it will here, we're going to push through this resistance level and confirm this double bottom pattern. And yeah, a double bottom pattern means this thing is going to like see another big leg up here. It has to break this resistance level to confirm it, but double bottom pattern is a very highly successful trading pattern. You see here it's 82% success rate. Okay? 82% success rate. And if you weren't watching earlier, go join the free Discord, because after this live stream, I'm going to post a picture here of all of their trading patterns and their success rate, and also a picture of the Wall Street cheat sheet. So you guys can go print them off and put them in your room on the wall. Because those two things, if you have those two things, you're going to make a lot of money this cycle. So yeah. But with that being said, on Velo, double bottom pattern is a 82% success rate, right? Remember when I told you guys Pepe was going to moon and then Pepe went crazy? Right? That was just a month or so ago on this channel. That's because Pepe was doing an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and I was very confident it was going to go up because inverse head and shoulders pattern has an 86% success rate. You know, I don't gamble. I don't believe in gambling, and neither should you guys. Gambling is for plebs. Gambling is for people that go to Vegas. Gambling is for people that go spend all their money and then regret it later, right? You want to be smart. You don't want to be doing dumb things. Right? You don't want to put money in something unless you know that you've got like a 70+%, or at least 50+%, and then using risk to reward ratio to manage your risk on that trade. You don't want to take a trade unless you have a success rate to win. We're not gamblers. And if you're a gambler, this channel isn't for you. Because I don't believe in gambling. I actually think it's wrong to gamble. So yeah, but I do believe in earning money in a right, honest way, and you can do that in these markets, trading and investing. But you got to understand how it works, right? Risk management, trading patterns. You got to understand this kind of stuff. Hey, thank you, man. I'm glad you found my channel too, and you're learning a lot. Love this info. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it, Ray. I'm glad that you're getting value. So yeah, learn this stuff. You're gonna be a much, much better trader and investor as a result of it. So yeah. Keeping my eyes on Velo here. Or keep your eyes on Velo for a double bottom breakout. I don't remember which one of you guys asked for the TA on it. Karim Al-Qadi? I hope I pronounced your name right. But yeah, that's my views on Velo for you. So yeah, you guys, I really appreciate you taking some time to tune in here today. 15 minutes over when I usually go. So I'm going to head off. Click the link in the description. Join the free Discord. I'm going to post some stuff in the announcements channel in there. And if you print those charts off, it's going to help you be a better trader and investor, right? Trading patterns, triangle patterns. These are types of things you need to know their success rate. You need to know what you're doing. So I'm going to post those for free in the Discord. Make sure you join. And then that way you guys can print them off and put them in your room, on your wall, or wherever you want. By your computer, you can look at it every day, and you'll be a better trader and investor for it. So yeah, definitely check that out. Also, you guys, check out my website, link in the description box below to get started with VIP. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in future live streams. If you want analysis on Bitcoin, watch this live stream again. Maybe you tuned in late. At the beginning of it, I did a full comprehensive analysis on Bitcoin in the short term and how that will affect the other coins. So yeah, go watch this again later. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate every single one of you. And I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos and future live streams. Have a beautiful weekend. And as always, stay profitable out there.